I would like to suggest for my talk this morning, I would like to suggest that we think about these morality issues and Biafran independence and all of the challenges that face us. We think about them within the prism of what the British author C.S. Lewis called the principle of first and second things.
My people, the rescue of Biafra don't reach right now. I want make una pay attention. Listen to waiting this lawyer. They talk about Simon Ekpa and Nnamdi Kanu and also Biafra and waiting they work forward to make sure say Biafra is being actualized and the release of Simon Ekpa and Nnamdi Kanu. It is very, very deep. Waiting in talk. And this thing now give room for everybody to ask questions. So many things, live session, interaction session for Biafras to ask questions. So Biafras, we are privileged to discuss with this barrister, with this lawyer. So pay attention, watch this video from the start to the end. Listen to this video carefully from the start to the end and drop your thought at the comment section. Don't forget to share this video to everyone on every social media platform. It's very, very important. At the end side, it get waiting in talk will make me know say time for Biafra to be free have come, and release of Simon Ekpa and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This man now God sent. So pay attention, watch this video from the start to the end and share this video right now to everyone so that everybody go the alert of what they go on. Share this video, is very, very important for all the whole Biafras to see that there is progress. Thank you, and don't forget to click the subscribe button. Right freedom for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and freedom for Simon Ekpa and freedom for the people of Biafra.
We are very hopeful that meeting you will grant us everything we are looking for. My question is this. We have our supreme leader, we call him our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, in detention. They call it life imprisonment. He is facing the same thing our PM, Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, is facing in Finland. Are you aware of everything going on? Because that awareness will avail you a lot of information to knock this case out.
My answer, Vincent, is that I am learning, and I know from my own personal experience that in order to understand the law, you have to first know the facts. So in order for me to give the best, the most effective legal advice, I have to know the facts, and I'm still learning the facts. I literally yesterday texted with the Prime Minister's Finnish attorney questions about the facts, questions about what evidence was prepared by the Biafran Republic government in exile about atrocities that have occurred to Christians in Nigeria, and why wasn't some of that evidence presented to the court in Finland? So these are factual questions that I need to know in order to formulate a legal strategy so that I can apply my expertise to help the Finnish lawyers obtain the liberty of the Prime Minister. And I know some of these facts. Chioma and Dr. Bryson have shared some facts with me, but I need to get some more facts from the Finnish attorney for me to be able to finish a letter I've already started to the foreign minister of Finland that expresses my expert legal concerns about why the Prime Minister is in prison. I hope that answers your question, Vincent.
Thank you so much. That's what I wanted to say.
Thank you very much, Honorable Bryson and Emmanuel. And it's an honor to be with all of you this morning for my second time. it looks like from the agenda that I have a half an hour, and I'm going to reserve time for questions. When I used to teach constitutional law at Georgetown, I told my students that I judge my presentations not so much by what I say, although I'll try to say something that's helpful and encouraging, but I judge my statements by the difficulty of the questions that come from my audience. So be thinking of the most difficult questions you can ask me. So Emmanuel started his introduction by mentioning the grace of God. And on a personal level, I have made 2 trips recently, one to the Republic of Srpska in Europe, which is struggling for its own independence in the face of Muslim aggression, and a second trip to California last week. And during both trips, I met Biafran Catholic priests by accident. I don't think it was totally accidental because I believe in the grace of God, and I live by what the Jesuits taught me as the Augustinian maxim. St. Augustine said that in everything we do, we should act as if success depends upon our human ability, and at the same time pray as if it all depends upon the grace of God. And in my own family, I have 8 children and 24 grandchildren. I tell my children and my friends that all things are possible by the grace of God and a few Marines. And if you think about this, this is my own personalized version of St. Augustine's maxim. We have to work as if everything depends upon the grace of God. Work as if it all depends upon our human abilities, and pray as if it all depends upon the grace of God. Now, Dr. Bryson mentioned a number of very important issues in the category of morality and Biafran independence. I would like to suggest for my talk this morning, I would like to suggest that we think about these morality issues and Biafran independence and all of the challenges that face us. We think about them within the prism of what the British author C.S. Lewis called the principle of first and second things. And what C.S. Lewis teaches us, which actually is not his original idea, it goes back to Plato in the year 262 BC. Both Plato and C.S. Lewis described 2 categories of good things. The first category, both Plato and C.S. Lewis called first things. Actually, Plato called them divine human things. C.S. Lewis is the one who calls them first things. And the second category, Plato calls merely human things. And C.S. Lewis calls the second category of good things second things. And the principle is that if we as humans are only focusing on these merely human things, classic examples of which are money and survival, in the end, we do not achieve these good things, and in the process, we lose our first things. And first things are principles that really define who we are. They are literally things for which we would die. And nobody sees anything about money or survival on anybody's tombstones. They simply do not raise to the level of what Plato called divine human things. And I would suggest humbly that for us, for everybody on this call, every Biafran is a first thing. As was mentioned earlier, some Biafrans have died for liberty, died for the effort, but every human being, and in our context today, every Biafran is a first thing. The other first things that I would suggest we can focus on fall in the category of legal issues. We in America are firmly committed to our Bill of Rights, our Constitution, our Declaration of Independence, which proclaims that certain rights are given to us by our Creator and they are inalienable, which means they don't depend upon a government bestowing them on us. We have them by virtue of being creatures of Almighty God. And for us, first things include the due process of law, the right to what the European Charter of Fundamental Rights recognizes as a fair and public hearing within a reasonable time by an independent and impartial tribunal previously established by law. And I quote this European Charter.
Recording in progress.
Fundamental human rights or fundamental rights, because I think in the case of Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, based on what I understand, I don't believe that the Prime Minister was given a fundamental right to due process in his trial in Finland. And I'm committed to doing what I can to support the efforts of his Finnish attorneys. And I've spoken with Tommy Heinonen, and I've spoken with the Prime Minister. And I hope that my legal expertise, my experience, can help the Finnish team obtain freedom for the Prime Minister. And I hope that by the grace of God, my talents, combined with the talents of the other people that are supporting the Prime Minister, can achieve success. And I will conclude my comments with what I have said in my first meeting, the admonition of then Pope John Paul II, now we call Saint John Paul the Great, who 25 years ago told the Ukrainian people, after the yoke of communism had been lifted off of their backs, he offered 3 suggestions for how we move forward. He said, first, align yourself with like-minded individuals. Second, always try to work within the system if you can. And third, never give up hope, because you are a soldier of Christ. And with that, I'm going to conclude my comments and invite whatever questions you may have for me.
So, Biafras, please, if you have a question for Honorable Joe, you can raise up your hand. And remember, the question has to stay within the legal field. Thank you very much.
Remember, I don't want to leave this meeting feeling like a failure if I don't get some difficult questions.
You will get them. You will get
You will
some.
get them. Don't think I promise you.
Honorable Joe wants the most difficult legal questions to be asked to asked to him.
Yes, Honorable Abi, somebody raised his hand already. I think
Yes.
Dr. Vincent.
Honorable Vincent, you can unmute yourself, please.
I am Dr. Vincent, and my question is this. As you go ahead representing us, because we have high hope in what you can achieve, going by your track record of success. Like our leader here, Boyema said, we are very hopeful that meeting you will grant us everything we are looking for. My question is this. We have our supreme leader, we call him our supreme leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, in detention. They call it life imprisonment. He is facing the same thing our PM, Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, is facing in Finland. Are you aware of everything going on? Because that awareness will avail you a lot of information to knock this case out.
My answer, Vincent, is that I am learning, and I know from my own personal experience that in order to understand the law, you have to first know the facts. So, in order for me to give the best, the most effective legal advice, I have to know the facts, and I'm still learning the facts. I literally yesterday texted with the Prime Minister's Finnish attorney questions about the facts, questions about what evidence was prepared by the Biafran Republic government in exile about atrocities that have occurred to Christians in Nigeria, and why wasn't some of that evidence presented to the court in Finland? So these are factual questions that I need to know in order to formulate a legal strategy so that I can apply my expertise to help the Finnish lawyers obtain the liberty of the Prime Minister. And I know some of these facts. Chioma and Dr. Bryson have shared some facts with me, but I need to get some more facts from the Finnish attorney for me to be able to finish a letter I've already started to the Foreign Minister of Finland that expresses my expert legal concerns about why the Prime Minister is in prison. I hope that answers your question, Vincent.
Thank you so much. That's what I want
Thank
to
you,
hear.
sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
let me just make a quick comment with respect to the question and the answer. Of course, Honorable Joe, we are excited that within this short time you've already shown exceptional depth of understanding of the matters. But for to address the question from a different angle, Dr. Vincent, his immediate priority is PM, and we believe that PM's sentence has a direct relationship with Oyendu's sentence in the zoo. Once the PM situation is resolved, it will also affect Oyendu's situation in Nigeria. So we are moving ahead strategically, and the more we interact with him, the more he gets to other details that are necessary for him to render the best service for Biafra people. Thank you.
In Nigeria, we need to separate, we need to divide. Let the Yoruba man go their way, let the Northerners go their way, let the Easterners go their way. This thing about one Nigeria is definitely not going to work, Chacha. Wallahi. You cannot have South Africans clowning us. You cannot have Ghanaians clowning us. And now you now have Namibians clowning us. One Nigeria is definitely not going to work. You cannot have a simple argument or a debate with anybody from Africa right now and you are able to win. You speak one, they tell you electricity. You speak two, they tell you security. You cannot travel 10 kilometers without writing your will. They speak about bad road. They've gone as low as internet. We need to divide. This thing about one Nigeria is not going to work. Having one person as a president sitting in one place called Aso Rock, deciding the fate of 300 million people, especially when you know.
I beg, hold on, help us click the subscribe button. Nah. This work no day is I beg with the beg when I click the subscribe button. Now the only one I fit take encourage supporters. I beg with the beg when you know they cost much. Click the subscribe button for us. Thank you so much.
Especially when you know these are the least smartest people in the country. It's not going to work. Let us bring some kind of competition within these different regions. Instead of having to depend and say everything has to do with the federal government. Ordinary electricity. I was thinking this thing about electricity in Ghana was a joke. But apparently these guys are having the best type of electricity like they were in Europe. In Nigeria, you can't even boast of 24 hours electricity. In year 2026, we need to divide, man. The only war we are winning right now in Nigeria is just jollof rice. And then maybe dirty December, clubbing alcohol. No, we can do better. This thing about what? Nigeria is 300 million people. When you look at these other countries I'm speaking about, you look at Ghana, they are not even up to 40 million. Namibia, 3 million on a good day. RCCG is bigger than Namibia. The Youth Ministry of Christ Embassy, they are bigger than Namibia. Yeah, these people, they are clowning us every single day. Nigerians cannot win one war. You cannot have a normal debate and say you are going to win. Everybody, they are clowning us. Giant of Africa, my foot. Let everybody go develop their region. Chase the Igbo man from the west. Go chase the Yoruba man from the east. Let them go back. Everybody go make your region better. Go find the Igbo man in the north. Let everybody, but depending on one president to make these things happen is definitely not going to work. We are too many. We are too populated for this whole one Nigeria affair. It's not going to work. Let us divide. I am tired. I am tired. The bare minimum. We are not even speaking about healthcare. We are not even speaking about child mortality, education. Just the basics we cannot even be proud of. Not one Nigeria, my foot. Everybody go your way. Let's do a referendum. Let the people decide. Nonsense, man. I'm tired.
So, 3 Yoruba men came together to write the history book in Nigeria. And they excluded the biggest tribe in Nigeria, the Igbos, from the history book.
Guess what they put inside here? See, before now, my son came and asked me, I said, Dad, I thought Igbos were the 3rd biggest tribe in Nigeria. I said, yes. He said, how come there is no Igbo in their history book? I was shocked. I took their book and I looked at it. All the history of all the major tribes in Nigeria. We have the Hausa state, Kanuri Empire, Nupe, Igala, Yorubas, Benin Kingdom, Efik, Niger Delta, and Shekiri. No Igbo. For a tribe that has almost 5 to 6 of it is that, you see this Efik here? No, I bet, Efik people want to know vessel. But see this Efik here? Then put them on purpose. It was put here on purpose to let the Igbos know that we know what we are doing. People that wrote the book, Sha. But this is the junior secondary school revised. This is the junior secondary school revised standard edition. JS1.
Erasing Igbo history from a book won't stop us from teaching our children our history. It won't stop us from teaching our children our history. It's very good that they did not write our history because they would have twisted the story anyway. So it's very good. We will tell our story by ourselves. Tomorrow now they will accuse us of playing victims. Excluding Igbos from your history actually creates an awareness, just in case you don't know. And thank you for creating that awareness.
Fulani can control you however they like. Once they announce it, Yoruba newspapers very foolishly and stupidly will support them because they want Tinubu as the president. And you are all dying every blessed day. You are all dying every day. Had you people risen up to say that what is happening in Nigeria is bad, there is no way that Pa Fashoranti's daughter will not be alive today. That is the price you pay for duplicity. That is the price you pay for treachery. That is the price you will continue to pay until you rise up and say, enough is enough. It is up to you to do it. You did it during NSAS. You can do it again. Can you imagine Fulani people telling you, if you remove Fulanis from Yoruba forest, imagine Fulani telling you, if you remove them from your ancestral lands, there will be war, and you are panicking. And you have not asked yourself, why are they not saying the same thing about the East? Why did they not say to Eastern Security Network? Why did they not say to me, if you don't stop evacuating Fulani terrorists from the forest, there will be war? Because they know, they understand psychologically that you don't have what it takes to resist them. Do you know why Borno State is still alive? Why you still have the Kanuri people in Borno today? Was because they resisted the Fulani centuries ago. You have to go back to history to understand how Nigeria came into existence. Fulani has been expanding from day one, from Senegambia. All the way from Senegambia, they've been expanding, and now they are in Okigwe. All the way from Senegambia. They are now in Okigwe. And you're asking us to somehow fold our hands and keep quiet because of 2023, because one idiot is going to come out to become a president, because of that rubbish, because of that nonsensical notion, we should fold our hands and wait until we are overrun by the Janjaweed from the Sahel. Is that how reasonable people think? Is that how people that wish to survive as a race, is that how they reason? It is very, very shocking that some of you do not understand what the Fulanis have in store for you. Very, very soon it is going to happen. And when it happens, your eyes will clear. And about whom you will see it very clearly. I was warning you. In 2014, 2015, 2016, they said he's a warmonger. He's a warmongering. I went to America and I told World Igbo Congress that this war you are avoiding is going to come to your villages. They said, no, it's not going to happen. What is happening today? When Yoruba was supporting the dead idiot called Buhari, did I not warn them that this evil you're supporting will consume you? They never listened. They never wanted to listen. IPOB is a terrorist group. You're trying to divide Nigeria. But Mietiana is not. People that you are calling bandits, have you heard anybody come out to say, please Buhari, since presidency is there defending terrorists in the forest, why don't you proscribe them? No, you cannot proscribe a Fulani group. Never. And all of you, we are supporting evil. When there is the proscribed IPOB, proscribed indigenous people of Biafra. These are Yoruba journalists writing junk. Every day they keep writing rubbish. But their land is under siege. Their land is under siege. And the Fulani will take it. It doesn't take time. So I am here today to encourage them that they must stand tall and be very strong, resolute. That is what Fulani does. They control the media. They have well-paid consultants all over the world doing their bidding for them. They have that woman at UN trying to lobby the world that everything is okay in the zoo called Nigeria. But you and I know that the zoo is not okay. You and I know the game plan of the Fulani. And what are you doing about it? Nothing. Every day you read, you lament, you complain. Every day you read, you lament. And that's all you do. That is all you do. You read, you lament, you complain. You do nothing about it. Your lives are being taken away from you. Your forests are being occupied. Your mothers are being raped. Your daughters are being abducted. And the whole national government, presidency, is supporting such people. And you're telling me that Nigeria is viably sustainable. Is that what you're telling me? That somehow this contraption is sustainable, it is viable. It can never be. Because the more you stay in one Nigeria, the more you are inviting the Fulanis to take over your ancestral lands, take over your villages, and to make life a misery for you. That is the end game. That is the outcome. If you doubt me, go and do a bit of research. Ask yourself, who are the Hausa people? Who are the Nupe people? Who are the Bachama people? All of these people were steamrolled by the Fulani march to the Atlantic Ocean. And now they're in Yoruba land. They're in their forests. They are in their forests. And who is going to drive them away from there? If not the Yoruba youths. Forget about your useless governors. Your elders are very strong. I love Yoruba elders. The way they behave, the way they talk. Very, very strong. They said they support Akeredolu. This is the governor of Ondo State. They support him in what he's doing. People must come out to say that enough is enough. When you travel to the north, do you live in the forest in the north? The Igbo people in Sabongeri in Kanu, are they living of course it's Hausa land, are they living in the forest? They came to the town, they work very hard, they build houses, they build mansions, they develop the entire place. Is that not what they do? What are Fulani people doing in our forest? Nobody can answer that question. They say that they're pastoralists. I want some of you who have had your breakfast this morning, please go to your fridge or go to where you keep your beverages and you will see pig milk. Pig. Some of us were raised on pig milk. For how many years now? And you keep asking yourself, what is pig milk? Pig milk is the same milk that the cows produce in Holland can be produced in the zoo. Tell me the country in the world aspiring to be a member of the UN Security Council where you move cattle from place to place. Are you people well at all? You so-called Nigerians, are you normal in the brain? I'm asking you a simple question. Show me a country that aspires to be in the 21st century moving cattle from place to place, telling me they're grazing. Which country is that? Please tell me. All of you don't have any shame. When you have people, an entire presidency coming out to defend a very primitive, archaic agricultural practice, then you know you embrace serious mess. You are in one almighty trouble, I'm telling you. You people are in a mess. The Holland that you get your pig milk from, do they move cattle from Rotterdam to Amsterdam? I'm asking you a simple question. But they produce the pig milk that you're drinking every blessed day. Why can't Fulani produce pig milk in Sokoto? Why can't they produce carnation milk in Kanu? They have the cattle. Before the white man came, did you see any Fulani in your forest? All these people talking rubbish about movement of cattle and movement of... I'm asking you, before Britain came and handed over Nigeria to Fulani, ask your grandfathers, please, or your grandmothers. Ask them. All this nonsense we are hearing today in this so-called one, I want to tell you the dangers of one Nigeria. All this nonsense you're hearing today about one Nigeria, Fulani in our forest, Fulani in our village. Before the white man came, did you see Fulani moving their cattle all over the place? Did we not have meat to eat? They will answer these questions for you. Because sometimes in Africa we don't reason very well. The way we reason is disjointed. It is disjointed. I can't understand for the life of me why instead of them to waste all that money arming and equipping this Janjaweed army Mihetiala to come and conquer you and I, why don't they open a milk factory somewhere in the north and bring the milk down south? I'm sure Southerners will buy it. After all, pig milk comes all the way from Holland. Pig milk all the way from Holland. Now you understand it. Because of the way you people reason. Why can't you produce? Is it difficult to produce milk? The same milk that comes out naturally from the udder of the cow. Why can't you can it somewhere, pasteurize it, and send it to people to eat, to drink, or to do whatever with? All over the world, that is what is happening. In fact, they produce so much milk in Europe that they pour it away. Why can't you do the same thing? A whole president claiming they are in the 21st century are supporting a very primitive practice of moving cattle from place to... All of you, you're not ashamed of yourselves. You have no shame. As somebody will say, your shame is shaming me. I'm telling you, you people from the zoo, I'm ashamed of your ignorance and stupidity. You people are hopeless, completely hopeless. One day now, one idiot to come and say, we are intellectuals. And you're moving cattle from Kafanchan to Ahoda. You are intellectuals. You are intellectualizing. You are in the 21st century, you are moving cattle, driving cattle, Nama, from over 300 miles. It's claiming Yoruba forest is a place for you to be in. You want to relax, Yoruba forest is every Nigerian is free to live anywhere. And do their business anywhere, yes? But when an Igbo man tries to sell beer in Kanu, you destroy it. You destroy their businesses, you destroy their hotels, but you can come down to the south and live anywhere you like and graze anywhere you like. And you're telling me that is a country, that is one Nigeria for you? The Fulanis we are talking, they call them the Funa movement. Our attention has been drawn to a decree credited to one Rotimi Akeredolu, asking Fulani people who have occupied some forests in Ondo State to quit. We are also aware of another incident in Oyo State where an illiterate political talk gave quit notice to Fulani people to leave their territories, which are now their irreversible homes. Are you listening? Fulani are now saying that Yoruba forest is now their irreversible homes. They have now occupied Yoruba land in perpetuity. And I want to let my Yoruba friends understand this. You see, in life, anytime you support evil, evil will come back to haunt you. All of you never knew that IPOB and this Biafra movement was for your liberation. Some of you saw maybe the oil and gas from Biafra land. If they go now, we'll have access to oil and gas. In the process of having your eyes fixated on oil and gas, your forest is gone. Do you understand it? There is nothing more precious in life than freedom. Freedom is very important. And I need you to understand this very morning. Every Yoruba person supporting Fulani, you are setting up yourself to become like the Hausa people. Remember when Hausa was supporting Fulani? We are Hausa Fulani, we are Hausa Fulani. Where are the Hausa people today? I ask you. Where are those Hausa people today? Do you see them anymore? Those saying we are Hausa Fulani, we are Hausa Fulani. Do you see them again today? Do you see them? I'm asking you. No, because Fulani have completely overwhelmed them. It's called emasculation. Completely emasculated them. Look at what they're doing in the East. In the East, they come to the East, they will tell you, oh, you want to be the president or vice? Yeah. They say, give us land for Ruga. They give them land. As soldiers of Kadu did that Lord Banta. They have taken it over in forever and ever. Give us land in your state. Hope of them are prove to us that you are stood. Give us land in Olo. Hope of them will give them land in Olo. We can go and kill people in Obibo. We can kill for them. How many Fulani governors are prepared to kill bandits? I didn't say normal people. I'm talking about armed, dangerous bandits. How many Fulani governors? Go and read your newspapers, you will see it there. Fulani governors are negotiating with them, giving them arms, giving them vehicles, making sure that their life is no longer a misery. But they come down to the south. They tell you, give us land for Ruga. Go and kill your people to prove to us that you're one Nigerian. That was why Obi also was talking rubbish. Was yesterday or 2 days ago. Supported by the BBC. The problem you people have in Nigeria is this. Your journalists, you see people, Punch newspaper, Tribune, Vanguard, and Nation, they are your second worst enemies. I'm telling you the truth. They can never ever be objective in their reportage. Never ever. That's why all of you are suffering. But you don't know it. They were the same people used to scuttle the NSAS protest. Of course, some of you went about looking for Indomie in warehouses. Typical black people. Any revolution that is coming now, you must stand very firm. They'll say, oh, you're Igbo. Oh, you're Yoruba. Oh, you are from Europe. Don't join them. It's our turn in 2023. If you do this, you will scuttle our chances of becoming the president.